Welcome back, guys. I've got a special treat for you today. I'm at a Taiwanese restaurant called Lanahan Taiwan Mi Giao. So Lanahan means restaurant, Taiwan obviously means Taiwan, Mi means noodle, Giao means dumpling. So noodle, dumpling in the name of the shop, plus it's from Taiwan. What can go wrong? So I've just spoken to the chef and son of the owner, and he's half Taiwanese. So the dad is Taiwanese, the mum is from Chiang Mai, but she's actually from Yunnan descent. So it's like half Yunnanese, half Taiwanese, which is reflected in the extensive menu, which I will show you in a minute. But I've been craving some Taiwanese food for so long. I've definitely over-ordered, because I ordered a load of Taiwanese food, and then when I realised he told me that his mum was from Yunnanese descent, I ended up ordering some Yunnanese food as well. So without further ado, let's take a look at exactly what I've ordered. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to explain the dishes in Chinese. So I've ordered Zha Jiang Mian, I think, which is Taiwanese Bolognese, they call it. So it's minced pork in a fermented bean paste, like ragu, served on fresh noodles. So it kind of resembles a Bolognese in the West. I've actually had this dish in Taiwan, in Taipei, absolutely loved it. So I'm very excited. The other dish I've ordered next is Cong, which is scallion pancakes. So green onion, spring onion. It's kind of like a roti, but unlike Thai rotis that are sweet no matter what you get inside, this is really savoury, crispy, flaky, oily, a little bit chewy. So it's like crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside, loads of different layers, and then you've just got that spike of spring onion. Really savoury, absolutely delicious. They taste exactly how I remember them tasting in Taipei. And then I've got these rolled beef rolls. Think like Peking duck pancakes. They're like homemade pancake wrappers. Then inside there's like a slice of roast beef, spring onions, cucumber, and like this Chinese style like bean pasty sweet sauce. Try this one first. So yeah, it's got like a sort of dark soy hoisin-y kind of sauce going on in there. Very reminiscent of duck pancakes, but with roast sliced beef. After tasting that spiced beef, now I'm kind of wishing that I got the beef noodle soup, because it's like, I actually went to Taiwan just to eat beef noodle soup. So I wish I'd got that now, but I've definitely over-ordered, so I think I'm gonna have to save that for another time. Next, the Zha Jiang Mian, which is the Taiwanese Bolognese. So we've got some shredded cucumber and carrot. You've got that lovely pork and bean sauce, and there's also some, I think, dried shiitake mushroom in there. And then you've got these homemade hand-stretched noodles, which are so rare to find in Bangkok. Like, these look exactly the same as I had in Taiwan. Gonna get them all nicely coated up, get it all mixed together. The texture of the noodles, they're like silky, spongy, silky, spongy, covered in that porky, beany oil. Got that freshness coming from the cucumber and the carrot. Bit of soy sauce in there. This is... Okay, so these noodles are absolutely delicious. I would go as far as to say this is probably up there with the best noodle dish I've had in Bangkok, but it does need a little bit of chili. So I'm going to put some of this homemade Taiwanese chili oil in there. I say some, I'm going to put a lot. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so I'm going to give that a mix up. Now we're talking, look at the colour. Hold on. All right, now it's oily, spicy, absolutely delicious. You've got like that oil hugging those fresh noodles, and that's what you get when you get these fresh, homemade, handmade noodles. Everything kind of sticks to them. I would go as far as to say, I might be hyping this up a little bit too much, but this is up there with the best noodle dish I've had in Bangkok. Absolutely amazing. So far, so good. All right, so what have we had? We've had the noodles, we've had the scallion pancake, we've had the beef rolls. Next, we're on to start of the show, I think, the Sia Long Bao. All right, she's just brought me over the Sia Long Bao and she's run me through what to do. So she's put in a little bit of sesame oil, some black vinegar, some light soy sauce, some chili oil, and also some of this chili, I think it's like a bean paste, like a fermented chili paste. Yeah, chili and garlic paste. So she's put that all in a little bowl for me, and then give me some shredded ginger. So I've got to put the shredded ginger on top of the dumplings, and then put some of this little mix on top of that, I think. All right, so we get a soup dumpling into our bowl. We get a little bit of this chili sauce, or chili oil that she's mixed up. Onto the top of the dumpling, some of this shredded ginger, and then I try and pick it up without splitting it. Ah, we're on. Oh my God. That is a flavour explosion. So you've got so much going on. So you've got a soft steamed dumplings, like have a look at that. Soft steamed dumplings. Then inside you've got minced pork, but it's also filled with a rich pork soup, really gelatinous, and that's how they get it to stay in one piece while they steam the dumplings. So there's so much flavour wise going on. It's red hot, then you've got that fresh sliced ginger, just freshening everything up at the end. I'll tell you what, again, I'm going to say it, I've just shouted the noodles up as the best, or one of the best noodles I've had in Bangkok. Now I've got to say, I haven't had many Sia Long Baos better than this, and I'll include Din Tai Fung in that as well. These are exceptional. Alright, and then last up, we've got minced pork with pickled Yunnanese kimchi. Alright, so we've got loads of chili in there. Loads and loads of chili, loads and loads of sauce. We've got some mushrooms in there, spring onions, and some pak dong, which is pickled vegetables. Some fried garlic. Wow, this looks good. Whoa. Ooh. That's like a flavour explosion. Oh, it's very sour. You've got minced pork, you've got some fresh red chilies, some blitzed off garlic, some spring onions, in some sort of, again, I think it's like fermented bean paste sauce with pickled vegetables, so pak dong in Thai. On the menu, it's in English as Yunnanese kimchi. So it's a Yunnanese, which is southern Chinese, pickled vegetable. I think this one definitely needs some rice with it. Ooh. I like it. It's very, very sharp, very, very sour, quite salty. I think you got a bit of either Sichuan pepper or maybe some Wen going on in there. Soft minced pork, loads and loads of veg. You've got those fresh red chilies bringing like a real deep heat, real fresh heat. Yeah, that is an interesting dish. I've always wanted to go to Yunnan, never been. As soon as COVID's over, I'm gonna go and get this in Yunnan and report back. Right, I'm going in one more time with the dumplings and I'm gonna call it a day because I'm absolutely stuffed. Cannot explain to you how good this is. It's this, well, it's everything, but it's mainly this little concoction that she made me with all the different sauces, all the different chili sauces. Oh, I'm a happy man. I'm gonna put it out there. This is the best Chinese food I've had in Bangkok. Taiwanese, Chinese, whatever you want to call it. This is hands down the best I've had. Now, before any of you go mad, remember when I say the best, I mean the best for me personally. You might come down here, you might not enjoy it. I'd be shocked if you didn't, because if you follow me or any of my recommendations and you've been there and you enjoy some of my recommendations, if I say something's the best, more than likely you will enjoy it. You might not agree with me that it's the best, but you might, I think you'll definitely enjoy it. If you don't enjoy this place, stop following me, because my channel is not for you. Okay, so you may have noticed I've got a longer beard and I think I'm wearing a different coloured t-shirt. The reason for this is because I was so devastated when I got home that I didn't get the beef noodle soup. I've actually come back to the shop. I've driven back to the shop to eat the beef noodle soup because I absolutely love Taiwanese beef noodle soup, and all the other dishes were so good. So I've ordered the Taiwanese beef noodle soup, and while I'm here I thought I'd order one more Yunnanese dish, which is the stir-fried green beans with minced pork. So let's take a look at these two new dishes. Alright, so finally it's arrived. I've got my beef noodle soup. Alright, so let's take a look at what we've got in the soup. Alright, so we've got some beef brisket. I'm gonna get a little bit of that onto the spoon. Big fat chunks. I'm just gonna try and test it with the chopsticks, see if I can break it. If I can, it's a good sign. Alright, yes. Broke it in half with the chopsticks. Super tender. All right, we've got a little bit of cabbage. Very simple soup. Those handmade noodles, again, same as in the Zha Jiang Mian. And then we've got this rich, oily looking beef broth. All right, so I'm gonna try the broth with nothing added. Very rich, quite oily. Perfectly spiced. You've got a lot of Chinese spice in there, like cinnamon, maybe star anise. A little bit different from a Thai beef noodle soup, which is my go-to noodle soup in Thailand. All right, but for me it needs to be spicy, so I'm going to get a little bit of this homemade chili sauce that we put on the Sia Long Bao and also the Zha Jiang Mian. And then I'm not sure if this is actual Taiwanese etiquette, but I'm going to try some of this chili vinegar. I'm not going to put too much in because I don't want to change the flavour of the soup too much. Just want to give it a little bit of sharpness. Alright. Give that a good mix up. Look, I know this has been a long video already, guys, and I've just added a little bit more to it, but believe me, this is worth it. I'm just going to slurp it down like I was on the streets of Taipei. The beef is ridiculously tender, spiced with the same spices as the soup, so they must have braised that in the soup broth, I'm imagining. It's brisket, so it's quite fatty, but when they've cooked it for such a long time, it's like all those fibres are broken down and it's just become super soft, as I said. The noodles are amazing, same as the Zha Jiang Mian. If you're eating Taiwanese beef noodle soup, it has to be handmade wheat noodles. They're soft, but they're still retaining a bit of bites. They're still a little bit chewy, even though they've been sitting in this beef broth while I've been waffling on to the camera. That's a good sign. The soup broth, it's very rich, very oily. Not a problem for me, I absolutely love it. This is pretty bang on to how I remember in Taiwan. I went to Taiwan, did one video, I think, while I was there, because I was with Helen, we were on holiday. We weren't there to really do any videos, but I'll stick a link up there if you do want to watch it. It's quite bad, it's like 2 years old, but the soup shop there that I went to was amazing. I tried a few different Taiwanese noodle soup shops. That was my favourite, and this is pretty close, if my memory serves me correct, to my favourite beef noodle soup shop in Taipei. Alright, so next up we've got the stir-fried green beans with minced pork. Okay, it sounds like a really sort of boring side dish, but in fact it is one of my favourites. So it's stir-fried green beans, and where they stir-fry it over such a high heat in the wok, it like chars the outside and blisters, so you get like sort of like yeah, like a blistered charred skin on the outside, but they still retain like quite a lot of bite. We've got some minced pork and quite a lot of garlic. Now, if you look, even the garlic has been charred because it's literally flash fried in the way that they would flash fry pad pak bong. So it's just in and out, matter of seconds. It is actually meant to be eaten with rice. I made that mistake the last time I came in here, which is the start of this video, with that Yunnanese pickle dish. Like, it's meant to be eaten with rice. It's got so much flavour there, and it's so salty and sour that if you don't eat it with rice, you don't get the real flavour. So I've got some rice. I've just ordered some rice. So I'll get some green beans, some rice, some minced pork, garlic, and a bit of that chilli. It's just so simple, but so effective. And the plain rice just sort of balances everything out. Like if you just taste it normally, it tastes like it's like over seasoned with pepper and soy sauce. But actually, once you got it with that plain rice, it sort of balances everything out perfectly, which is the same when you're talking about Thai cooking. If you just ate like a Thai curry straight out of the bowl, you'd be like, whoa, that's a bit salty, that's a bit sweet. But when you mix it with the plain rice, sort of mellows everything out. And I was going to say before I started this video that you probably won't come out this far, because you'd have to be mad to come out this far to go and eat some food unless you're from this side of town. But actually, now I've actually finished everything, I'm going to say you'll have to be fucking crazy not to come out here and try this food, because as I said, hands down the best Taiwanese food I have had anywhere in Bangkok, anywhere outside Taipei. So as always, links with directions in the description box below. I won't need to put Thai to English translations because it's all in English, Thai and Chinese in the menu, and plus the chef and the owner's son speaks perfect English. To get here, I would say just get a taxi or drive. If you have to get public transport, I actually did get public transport. I got a train on the new MRT line to Lak Song, which is the end of the line. Then I jumped on the number, I think 84 bus, because I had no money on me at all. So I jumped on the number 84 bus for about 20 minutes and then walked from there. But so much easier if you just get a taxi straight here. You will not regret it. This place is absolutely incredible. Anyway guys, thanks very much again. If you found this video interesting, please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. For all of you that have subscribed, make sure you've hit that bell notification, because it's pot luck otherwise if you see these videos or not. For everyone who's been liking and sharing the videos, thank you very much. You are very much appreciated. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.